Okay, I'm sorry.
We went to Lake Charles and they cut it by time. I won't speak.
Yes, it will.
I mean, tell me now before I finish this. You can't see me working on my computer.
No, you can see Jerry, which is a much better picture to see you.
She's got shoes on, two bags.
Could make it. I didn't want to hear it anyway. Thank you very much. I'll text her.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe it's time for us to get things kicked off today. We're running a few minutes behind schedule. We were kind of wanting to start off around 9:30 with our first session. But Adam had too many things he needed to talk about, so we had to get through that. And now we're good. And you can move forward.
I thought you were busy producing some dub over there.
Yeah, I was working on my dubstep squeak. It was great. You know, actually helped that rumble. We're going to kick things off. Kat Carlson is here from NLFX. She's going to start us off and talk about some things with Gobos and a lot of the information about that. If you've been to one of the conventions and she's caught your ear at the convention, she's got a lot of interesting things and a lot of cool things she's going to show us. So she's going to start us off today. If you're videotaping, no problem with that. Just keep the cameras kind of back so you're not in the way of other folks. That would be nice. Cell phones, if you can, shut ringers off. I better go do that right now before I forget. Hush.
Lead by example.
There we go. Yes. See, look, I shut it off. So my cell phone is now dead. Although if you text me, it'll buzz me in the butt and I'll get excited. So here we go. Woo! Today, Kat's going to be starting us off. We're going to go from that. We're going to talk about some difficult things with rooms and lighting and different audio issues. Brian and Mitch and I will be talking and taking it to lunchtime. Lunchtime will be on your own if you want to hit one of the different restaurants. There's quite a few on site. Some of us were talking about going to the buffet. I don't know if that's going to happen now or this evening, but you know they've got a great buffet here, an award-winning buffet. No, he's actually out in the woods right now, so a smorgasbord for Bill Herman would be kind of scary right now. He'd probably willingly do it if he could get to civilization. But he'll be here tomorrow, and he'll lead the posse then. So I think we're set. I think Kat's microphone's working, hopefully. Buzz, buzz. Thanks, Steve. Wait a second, I gotta put it in my pocket. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Kat Carlson from NLFX.
Thanks. Can everybody hear me okay? We're good? Okay. For those of you who don't know me, I've been with NLFX for 9 years now. And I think I've known some of you for almost the entire time. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little about gobos, projectors, the gobos themselves, uses, fixtures, all that fun stuff. So let's get started. First off, what is a gobo? Right? Gobo is the lead Fraggle in Fraggle Rock. Who remembers Fraggle Rock when you were younger? You don't like Gobo? Bitch. That makes me sad.
See if you get any more discounts.
10% overmount for Mitch. So, okay, all seriousness. Gobo, noun, little disc, Like this one right here. You put in a fixture, project a monogram for your bride and groom, project a breakup image to add a little bit of interest to your event. Stands for goes between optics, just in case anybody didn't know that. Little tip for you. Many different gobo types. Here we have a few options of projections from a couple of customers. Richard Cranston out in New York, and Chris Hintz down in South Dakota. Give me a couple images to share with you guys. So there are different types of gobos. We're going to talk about 3 today. First one is steel. It's the most common, fastest turnaround time, and it has cheap duplicates in case you want to project more than one monogram on the floor at the same time. Second you have is glass. You have the most detail on this. You have the higher optics. Cost is more, but the result is definitely up there, better than steel as well. Third option is new, Cool-Link HD, designed with LED projectors in mind. It doesn't work with all of them, but it will work with your cool running LED ellipsoidals really well. It gives you full color for a fraction of the price. When choosing your gobo, there's a few things I want you to keep in mind. Where are you using your gobo? Are you using it for a corporate event, a wedding, or are you going to use it at a bridal show to kind of give an idea of what you can do for your clients? What kind of fixture are you using? Are you using a moving head? Are you using an ellipsoidal? Is it standard lamp? Is it an LED? These are things you want to keep in mind. And how soon are you going to want your gobo? Do you need it next week? Do you need it tomorrow? Something you want to make sure you have in hand. We want to make sure you have in hand plenty of time to make sure it's ready to go for your event. Now, in choosing your designer and projector, a few other things you want you to keep in mind. Gobo size. For most of your ellipsoidals, you'll have a B size, which is this big, pretty good size, but your moving head can be smaller. It's a little graphic that was made up by one of my guys at the office to show you. So like I said, this is B size, and it goes all the way down to V size, which is about the size of a quarter. Now that's the outer diameter and not your usable space on the gobo. Design detail goes hand in hand with your gobo size. You want to make sure your design does not overextend the actual space of your gobo to make sure you have plenty of space. Projection distance. Now, in a room like this, a smaller beam angle wouldn't be a problem for you, but say you've got to shoot 30 feet and you've got a beam angle that's 25 degrees. We'll get into that in just a second, but that's going to give you a really large projection image, and you want to make sure that you're going to be able to shoot it far enough. Like I said, beam angles goes hand in hand with the projection distance, and it's something that you just want to make sure you know what you're working with your fixture. Speaking of fixtures, a couple different types. First one I'm going to talk to you about is an ellipsoidal. I have one set up over here that we'll play with after a little bit here. There's a couple different options for those. You've got your standard, your HPLs, your source 4s. Heavy, hot, but very bright, can cut through your room light. New technology LEDs can be equally bright. They are lighter, they are cooler, so you can use the new Cool-Link HD gobo technology in these. Next you have moving head, most of which are going to LED that I've seen. There are still some that have your standard lamps in them. Still work very well. You want to keep in mind your beam angles and your gobo size in these when you're dealing with monograms. So with your fixtures, you have a couple of different mounting options. First of which is a totem, generally about 5 to 8 feet tall for a moving head. Get it up above people's heads so that you've got a wider projection area that you can use. You want to make sure you've got a nice sturdy base on these to keep them upright. Next option, speaker stand or lighting stand with a mounting bracket on top. Got one set up just like that over there for you. Gives you more of a mobile option for your light. And the last one I want to show you is air wall brackets. So you've got your air wall surrounding your ballroom, your event center. These will hook right into the tracks. You can put your light and have a nice straight-on view for where your projection is going to be. And now we're back to B-Mango. Here we have a little projector with a B-size gobo in it. Your projection, or your gobo image, is going to be about 2 inches on a B-size gobo. That's your space you've got to work with. So let's give you a 10-degree B-Mangle and a 30-foot throne. 10-degree B-Mangle, 2-inch gobo size, you're going to have a projection image of 3.37 feet. It's not too bad. Pretty easy to see. Give you 25-degree B-Mangle. Same specs and everything. Your image goes to 8.5 feet. Works really well for behind a head table. And lastly, we'll go all the way to the extreme of 50 degrees. So you've got 18 feet. Now, if you can't see that, we have bigger problems. So, who here likes to do math? Who absolutely loves math, can't live without it? For those of you who can, there's your, that's what you need to know to get your B-Mangle to find out how big. That'll tell you how big your image is going to be.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. Looks like the parentheses after pi.
Okay. One word for you. Ben. Ben. Or call us. We will do the math for you. You don't have to worry about it. Just let us know what fixture you're using, how far you're going, and how big you want your image. We'll take care of that for you. Keystoning. This is something not too many people really know a lot about. So ideally, in a perfect world, you've got a straight-on image. It's going to be perfectly square. It's going to look beautiful. Like that. But unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world, and you're going to get put in a corner. The projection image is going to be skewed, so it's not going to look pretty and square like this. It's going to look like that. Which, for this design, isn't bad. You can still tell what it is. But we can help you make it look better. Like this again. We're just needing to know a few things. Your fixture, so we know which gobo size it is. Your B-Mangle, so we know what we're working with for that. Your distance, so we know how far you're projecting. Your projection angle, so if you're at a 45-degree angle from your projection image, we need to know that. And your final image size that you're looking for. So this will give you a nice square image, but just in case event planners decide to move you to the other side of the room from your keystone, we suggest getting a duplicate. They're low cost, and then you'll have a keystone. You'll still have an image that's skewed, but it won't be skewed the wrong way, so it'll still look pretty good. Selling to your clients. Nobody can sell your stuff better than you can, but I wanted to show you a few examples that we've been given. These ones were given to us by Mitch Taylor. Thank you, Mitch. We appreciate that. Just shows you from design to finish what you can do. Just a few more. Energy Productions, Jason Yoshino down in Sioux Falls, and Tony Jones out of Indiana for Perfect Occasion DJs. Just a few more examples of what we can do, and showing examples is going to be what's best for your clients. They don't want to hear about what you can do for them. They want to see what you can do for them. So again, these are some more from Tony Jones and Richard Cranston out in New York, and Chris Hintz down in Sioux Falls as well. And just a few more, different styles, shapes, detail. So when selling to your clients and they want to choose their design, find out if they have a design already, if they have a napkin, an ice sculpture that they've got an monogram done. We can help you recreate that for them. Jim Cerrone sent these for me. This is one of the ones we've done for him, and he's like, yeah, help you out. So he sent us a picture of their invitation. He's like, I just want their first names, and they want this font. So our team of designers found the font, got them the gobo, and they were very happy with the results. Excuse me. Show them what you can do. Don't just tell them. It's an emotional decision. If they see something they like, a bride is going to snap that up. They're going to be like, oh, that's awesome. I would love to see my new name in lights. What girl doesn't want to see their name in lights? I mean, ladies, you know, okay, so there's a few of us out there. Now, we can make this easy for you. We have all sorts of stuff for you, got selling tools. This we also have in a customizable PDF. So where it says my name and logo down here, I can put yours. And what we can do is we can send that to you. You can print it off for your bride. You can print it off for your groom, whoever is making that decision. They'll have it at their house. They'll have a friend getting married and be like, hey, check this out. You should chat with so-and-so because they did this for me. It's just another way to get it out there for you. Now, question on everybody's mind is, how can I get custom gobos? That's an easy one. gobos.nlfxpro.com. We've got a website all set up, designed specifically for custom gobos. All you have to do, if you don't have an account already, go ahead online, make an account, and create your first order. Name your event, tell us what kind of gobo you're looking for, if you're looking for steel, glass, and how many colors, or if you were using an LED fixture and you want to go with Cooling HD. Tell us when you're going to need it, tell us what you want on it. You can upload your own design or choose from one of our 16 designs in our flyer, and we can make it your own for you. So most importantly is tell us when you're going to need it, because that need by date is stone for us. We will have it for you when you need it. Once you make your order, you'll have all the information in there for us. If you uploaded your own, if there's an image, all of your shipping information. Our team will upload a proof for you. We'll tell you when it's shipping. We'll give you a tracking number. You can track it all online for you. And if you have questions, we've got the answers for you, and all of the thread can be seen. So if you call and you talk to me, or you call and you talk to Tim, we can pull that up and say, oh, well, you talked to so-and-so on this day, and this is what's happening. So we can just make sure that every step of the way is taken care of for you. Now, who noticed the Toys for Tots logo on our site? What this is our Gobos for Good. Gobos for Good is a campaign that we've started to give back to the community. What we do is proceeds from every gobo shipped from NLFX Professional go to a charity of our choosing throughout the year. Last month we did breast cancer awareness. It's something very near and dear to a few of our staff's hearts. This month we've decided to help those in need for Toys for Tots, the kids who don't have that much for Christmas, so we want to help them. So you can help us help them out by getting gobos from NLFX. Does anybody have any questions? None? Wow. Thank you. Yeah.
On average, what are we looking at for cost? Just kind of give us the range of the cost.
Gobos will range anywhere from $59 for a steel,
Okay.
with the $10 shipping, UPS letter charge, gets you the tracking number and everything, all the way up to $489 for a full color glass gobo. And that'll be $489, that's full color. You can take a picture, and say the bride and groom wants their engagement picture used at their event. We can put that onto a gobo, they can have their picture. We have that all set up for you.
Do you do a lot of those, Kat?
A lot of pictures?
Yeah.
We've done a couple of them.
Yeah.
And the brides who've had them, they're like, wow, that's awesome. Put their name, their wedding date. It's just another way to show them off
if you do choose to do a picture like that, I guess the biggest question I have is, how is that any better than using a projector? Is it just because you can get the image that much brighter?
It all depends on your fixture, your projector, on the brightness. So I can't give you a definite yes or no on that one. It's just another option. Because if your projector is over here and your Go projector is on this side of the room, it all depends on where they want it projected.
You get a lot more flexibility when you move to like an ellipsoidal.
Yeah.
So I can say you have a large ballroom with a 60-foot throw. You're never going to get that with a typical projector.
Yeah.
But you can take an ellipsoidal, put a low-degree lens in it, and shoot all the way to the other side of the room with no problems. Plus, you can also, it's cheaper to get a much brighter light. For example, I have a room I play that has 3 walls that are glass that overlook the Gulf of Mexico, and the sun sets and comes right in. So I have to go to a high-powered ellipsoidal in order to even see the image early in the night.
Mm-hmm.
And if you use a projector, you can barely make it out at all until you're so late into the night that nobody's paying attention. And the other difference is that if you go out and buy a projector, you're looking at usually somewhere in the $1,000 range to get something decent. And you can get Etsy Source 4 for $360.
Source 4 Junior is about $350 shipped to your door, and that's all of your lamp, Go holder, everything you need for it. Donuts is something I forgot to cover with you. Who likes donuts? Okay, who likes donuts you can't eat? What a donut will do is it will cut the beam angle for you a little bit and give you a crisper image for your projection.
If we needed an image that had to be keystoned, is that any more, Kat?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Keystoning is free, design is free.
Okay.
We will take care of everything for you.
This is probably an off-the-wall question, but is there like any global simulator software? I did a lot of community theater, and there was programs out there that we could actually go in and simulate what our lighting design was before we start hanging lights.
Show Express will do that for you.
What Bill?
Show Express from Chevy.
Okay.
You can put in your fixture, you can put in designs, and you can just project it anywhere you want.
Okay. Because that sometimes is hard for me to sell a global when
they can't visualize
they can't
it.
visualize it.
Yep.
I mean, if I bring them in my house and shine it on the wall, it just doesn't have the same effect. So.
No, I understand that. Not everybody is a visual person. They have to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing is believing, right?
And there's a really cool app that's called Light Calc. So you can determine what lens, distance, expanse, throw, everything. It will calculate it all for you. So when you're actually ordering, you don't have to wait for them to calculate it for you. You can just look at it on your phone.
There you go.
I see there's an app for that.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
If you want to look at it, I can show you later.
Yeah. Source 4 Junior or standard Source 4? No, that was Steel. Yep.
Steel's easy. If you know what you're looking for, steel's easy to identify. Almost all the images you saw were steel because they look like stencils. You'll see the little bridges that hold all the little inserts together, and that's why when you move the glass, all of those little bridges disappear, and it just becomes a much more crisp image.
The steel gives you more of the stencil image.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a stencil. And when you move the glass, the other advantage is just moving the glass. Instead of doing a standard black and white image like you would in steel, you automatically move into grayscale, which gives you 16 layers of gray, I think.
I thought it was like 50 Shades. I don't know.
Come on, Kat.
So you can take and put initials or like 2 names and then put the name over it, which you can't do in steel. You can do that. And the minute you move the glass, which starts at about 135-ish.
149.
Ballpark. Because
to lower prices for you guys. We're in the top 5 dealers in Brosco for gobos now. So we do a lot of gobos. We want to be your gobos. We want to make sure that your events go smoothly and the bride gets exactly what she wants. Any more questions? That's how you can get a hold of me. I do have some examples that I can show you, yes.
Are there light fixtures that you can adjust the beam?
There are light fixtures that you do have a zoom on it. The Source 4 Junior Zoom that Ed was talking about is a 20 bucks 50-degree zoom.
And the source for, the full-size source for is the same thing as 25.
Yeah, and you can actually get different ones on the standard Source 4. You can get 19 to 30, I think, as well, for those longer throws. I think so. I have to double check. The Source 4 is probably one of our most popular lights.
The source for is a phenomenal one, but you don't want to put it right next to the wall.
We did a test between an LED fixture and a Source 4, and the heat difference was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you can burn yourself.
Yeah, they got the source for that sort of a 12 in it. Oh, that'll punch through anything.
You're not here. It's 500 and some odd watts.
If you guys want, we
So
can,
Source 4 is going to LED then?
you can turn some of these on.
They are, but two different versions, okay.
Turn the lights on.
Yeah, I mean, it's, so how does that work then, Brian, as far as changing the
Cost
colors?
is 800-ish.
I mean,
900.
900-ish.
Maybe I should look for my number.
Yeah.
we,
Don't ask me prices, because I'll just invent stuff.
Actually, if you get anything
Ed, I like your prices better because they're always lower.
He is generally lower, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff I bought was like 5 years ago.
Well, 5 years ago, this would have been more than $900.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Give me a quick second here. See if I can get this to work properly.
Yeah, because I know, yeah, we got like 19 of them, and then we want to change the gel thing, and then setting our board up, okay, program these channels are blue, these channels are red, it's just kind of a pain because we don't get the stage coverage that if you're using some for different colors and things like that, and then I go to our local casino and they have a really small LED on stage, and that's what I get. I mean, that's what I get that program. Like, well, they don't have a roof. Their roof is green. Unfortunately, you know, by space allocated for just a few pictures that they're all equal. No. We have the light there for 3 or 4 days waiting for light and things like that, and everything else. Then the night before the show, we're like, okay, let's make the stage open. Well, we could have done that. We could have told the class, sure, but the night before the show, we can't quite do that now. But now if we did have like an LED,
Of course, we can do one
like
for
going in.
the go holder jammed in there.
And then with the spectrum colors, you know, and then the image and intensity, and then you don't want a full wash of blue. You know what I mean?
So, my global projector is kind of stuck in my Neva right now, but this is the Neva 100. It is a 100-watt white LED. Try not to blind you guys over there, but a pretty nice throw on it. I don't want to blind anybody. This one right here has a 22-degree beam angle in it. Comes in 13, 19, 22, and 36, if I remember correctly. I have to double check my notes. But you can order it with different beam angle lenses in it.
And
And?
If you change the rails, you can use any of the Etsy source for lens fixtures.
Yes.
So if you need a 50, you can buy the Etsy lens, change the rails on it, and it'll swim right in.
Yep. So you have multiple possibilities with this one. And this is a Google rotator. So say your bride wants her monogram to spin on the floor. We can make that happen for you. And right now I've got a couple of different gobos in here with a wave design in it. So that just slips right in the first slot here. I just made it really dark. So you can make it spin.
Is that
Cat, it's 100 watt.
100.
I mean, it seems kind of dumb for.
These just started shipping, and this is the first one I've gotten my hands on. And I think with the gobo that's in here, kind of made it a little bit more dim than I thought it would.
It's the gobo, it's not the light.
No, it's the
Yes, it's LED.
It's not the 5R lamp.
here, let's do this.
That'd be really
Yeah, that'd be like.
Oh, here we go. So here I have a glass gobo for you, with a kind of psychedelic design on it. And we're going to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not going to... So,
awesome.
That's why you want to chip something in.
I want to show you a quick difference between, this is glass, and then I have the same design in a cooling HD. I just want to show you the differences between the two. Glass is going to give you a better optic than the cooling HD, which is a printed plastic sandwiched between two pieces of glass for you. So this is glass.
The bacteria in our chicken.
Your cooling HD is going to look just like your glass gobo on the outside.
My man's chicken. This morning.
No more comp? Dang. So here is, there we go, your cooling HD. See, the colors aren't quite as vibrant, it's not quite as sharp, but you still get the great use of color for a fraction of the price of glass.
Is that as focused as you can get, Kat?
Well, it's not in the right gobo slot, it's not holding it as tight as it should. So,
It answers your question.
How much are the cooling?
cooling are $59. The only downside about cooling is you do not have the duplicate price like you have for steel. A duplicate of the cooling is going to be $59. A first print of the cooling is going to be $59.
After the cooling can only be used in the LED.
In some LEDs, I would say the cooler running LED fixtures, moving heads still get a little bit warm because it is plastic. It will melt. We are working on the technology to make it work for moving heads, but right now it's
So you don't want to use
quite
it
where
as
we
a
want
source
it.
4.
Right, you do not want to use it in a source 4.
Unless you need to go for about 15 to 20 seconds.
Quick up! Oh, you blinked, you missed it. Well, it starts the monogram and then moves into a spotlight for your your first dance. There you go.
I'll sell.
I'll sell. Yes.
It'll cost you that much to clean the plastic out of it.
Oh, no, the color melts off of it, and then you have a nice white spot. Are there any more questions that we can answer for you? I'll have more lights that you can play with, hands-on over here. Gobos that you can actually touch, feel, smell.
Ken, you mentioned that our new by date is hard for you guys. That that's definitely doable. What is the average turnaround?
Average turnaround for steel, once the order is put in, it is cut and shipped the next day. It'll be the same with cooling. It's usually the next day. One color glass, you're looking 1 to 2 days. 2 color glass, you're looking 2 to 3. Full color, you're looking 3 to 4 days for creation, and then it will ship after that. It all ships out of Roscoe's office in Texas, so it's pretty fast shipping. I think the longest it'll take is 5 days upper East Coast.
Unless you're in Alaska or Hawaii.
Alaska, Hawaii is a 2-day airship. So you get it on time, you get it faster, but it's going to cost you 2 day air shipping. Okay. John, I think you're done with me.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. So as part of the conclave, it's kind of more informal. We don't have the real set speech, and then you've got 5 minutes of speech. I mean, we're going to switch things over, 15 minutes maybe. So you can go look at Cat's got some cool stuff there. If you want to look at the EV stuff, if you want to look at the Yamaha, you kind of mill around, look at stuff, ask questions, talk to people. You didn't get your name today, we can get you hooked up with that in a bit, but we'll be setting up some stuff. So Mike. Very good. We're heading back to 15.
Brian, you gotta think they were sitting there for almost 45 minutes to drive down yesterday. Down the hall.
You just had a good breakfast, like,
Yeah.
But once he has it, you watch for it.
That's all we want, we're right along the Mississippi River, we're right along the Mississippi River, across from the, right, I'm gonna get right across. Right But that's something I was like, the first time, or that school, they
Well, I talked to Mike. And I won't be able to use it. Oh, you can use our hands. I mean, you gotta hang wire and I'll probably end up buying then I delete everything out. Make sure you
Yeah, and I'm like,
what we'll probably do is we would buy construction and then
How are you? Very good, very good. Good to see you.
I'm all right, prepared, ready to go.
We all do.
Click on Make Your Video, we're at the office, we got the back show.
Maybe I should call her back.
It'll play all the songs for us.
I brought my laptop. I don't post my email. You're very, very helpful. Okay, so now we're back to get that as we're going, so I'd like to at least get like
You're in my trailer.
I'm the same way. Obviously, kind of buried in it. I can't say that I've been buried by it yet, but I probably should bring more different stuff, but.
And the plates run this way.
We use pretty much the we used to like the vortex unit. I know they don't make them anymore, but you know, I tell you what, technology just moves so fast. When I bought my vortex unit, I was like 5 or 6 years ago. But 2 years later, we bought a second one. I was like, it's like less than half the price. Wow, I should have waited. 5 years later, we went and learned how it was. It's like nothing was ready to upgrade my vortex. It's like, I could sell it and get the value.
Just give me a drink, video away, and
That's actually a mixture. And also
Yeah, I tell you, again, all right, yeah, they did. All right, thanks.
Yeah, that's why. It has the same firmware.
what? Can you purchase maybe instead of 39, yeah, it probably won't work. Probably being a suitcase is harder to ship.
Of course, this one's not working too well either, so.
Nice to meet you.
The 345. Okay. I have an EFX. You need them in DVD format.
My connection's not working on. Matthew had to disable something on this iPad. So we're switching iPads if you're